Hola la clase. Hoy yo hablar, acero, yo play, porque se parado. Okay, now I realize that most of you have no idea what I just said. But due to the increase of illegal immigration to the United States, Americans are becoming the minority, and English a second language. Hey y'all, today I'm going to talk to you about illegal immigration in the United States, and hopefully by the end you'll agree that the effects of illegal immigration have negative impact on the U.S. and needs to be stopped. Not only that, but also, once caught, the illegal immigrants need to be shipped back, no questions asked. So first, we'll jump over the changes in America due to some of the illegal aliens. Then, we'll enforce the reasons to keep our borders safe and strong and to keep the illegals out as much as we can. And finally, we'll arrest the reasons why to ship illegal immigrants back once caught. We've got a big wall to climb, so let's get started. First off is the changes in America. Some of the changes include medical, education, schools, and culture. When you look at medical, nothing less than the American health system, one of the finest in the world, is at stake. Immigrants cost $24 billion a year to the U.S. in taxpayers' money, according to CWRL Texas, and that's University of Texas, as $400 million is in medical expenses alone. Instead of sealing those borders, we welcome them with welcome arms. We give them free benefits, free benefits, free benefits. You got Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, any governmental aid, and the laws protect them instead of arresting them. You recall on a couple years back on TV, NBC, CNN, there were a couple protests in California where illegal immigrants were protesting of something in the United States where they were there illegally. So to me, they shouldn't have that right to protest. If they don't like the way things are, they should leave because they're here illegally anyways. They say that it's better for most citizens. How is that? You look at the average American and he works 40 plus hours a week for maybe minimum wage. Not always, but it could be. And then does he get those free benefits just by being here in this country? No, he doesn't. And he's a U.S. born citizen. He or she is a U.S. born citizen. But they don't get the benefits and the freer or cheaper health care that some of the illegal immigrants get. It's no wonder they want us flood our borders because we are going here. Here's this. Take this. Giving them free handouts, Medicare, health care, education. And our schools are guilty as well. High school and college, some of the requirements, I know for UNL, the requirement for foreign language, at Broken Bow High School, they wanted me strongly to take Spanish before I graduated, and they did for most other kids because that's what we're running into. We're becoming the minority, and English is becoming a second language. Americans are having to change their curriculum for people that maybe can't understand some of the non-Spanish speaking words and terms, subject areas. And you see the changes everywhere. Look at the culture. Do you really think if a bunch of Americans just decided, you know what, we're done with the U.S., we're going to go down to Mexico, jump their border, come down there illegally, and just change their culture, change their way of life? Do you think that would fly down there? Because in my personal opinion, I don't. So would they happily welcome us, or would they start putting us in prison and deporting us like we should be doing to them? Personally, I think it's the latter choice. So if they're not willing to make that change, then why should we? We're the land of the free because of the brave. We didn't earn freedoms just by backing down and letting anyone walk all over us. We've earned where we are today by hard work and determination. And I am not in no way saying that Spanish Americans or Mexicans are not hardworking, but I'm saying that if they want to enjoy the benefits that we have as Americans, they should become Americans the correct way. You can't even pick up a box of Cheerios without seeing some kind of Spanish on it. So listen to former President George W. Bush says about this. America has one national creed, but many accents. We are now one of the largest Spanish-speaking nations in the world. Go to Miami, Los Angeles, Chicago, or San Antonio, close your eyes and listen. You could just as easily be in Santiago or San Miguel Allende. Now, if the President of the United States is willing to admit this, I think it's time for a change. So now that we've gone over some of the changes that have happened, we're going to go over why borders need to be enforced. Less immigrants equals less population. Less population equals potentially less resource depletion. You could go on, do the common sense things, but the issue hits closer to home than some realize. LB 48 was introduced to the Senate by Senator Charles Johnson of Fremont. LB 48 requires law enforcement to verify citizenship and of the states of anyone suspected unlawfully of being in the U.S. So if the police were to do a routine traffic stop, it would kind of become racial profiling, but they would have to follow certain regards and then go ahead and do that background check for the green card or the U.S. Citizenship. It could not only lower our population, but it could also lower taxes, according to carryingcapacity.org. Lower taxes, I think that's pretty much every American's dream. But hold on to your hats, kids. If border enforcement is increased or more strictly enforced, statistics show that crime rates themselves can drop. President Bush said, "Our homeland will be more secure when we can account for those who enter our country, instead of the current situations where millions are unknown." President Bush wasn't far off. According to Dallas Fed, when the U.S. made an increase in border patrolmen in 2001, crime fell 34%. If they are deported, why should we ship them back once they are caught? Why should we deport them? Is the next subject that I'm going to run over. The U.S. saves money, which means the government's saving money. We all know where the government is in money right now. It's tight and it's not pretty. All the free health benefits we talked about earlier wouldn't exist because we couldn't afford if they keep coming back over and taking from our senior citizens and the people that have rightfully earned their free health care. We already have a highly overtaxed government. Besides, it's the law. There's people that claim, we should let them over because we're America and we do the right thing. That's true, but if you look at it, harboring and helping illegal immigrants is helping a criminal, which is abiding a crime, punishable by law. So there you have it, folks. If our borders are more strictly enforced, it has positive effects. I am by no means saying that I think that immigrants from Mexico should be unwelcomed. That is not my opinion, and I don't want anyone to think that. I just want these people I wish they would obtain their citizenships legally, just like everybody else has. Just live by the same rules that we have to. So today, we've jumped over the reasons of the changes in America due to illegal immigration. Then we enforced the reasons why to ship the illegal immigrants back once caught. And finally, we arrested the reasons why to deny illegal immigration. I hope that you now agree that something must be done about to reduce the flow of illegal immigration in the United States.